Hello and welcome to the latest installment in our UXDX online series. I hope you're really excited about the talk that we have lined up for you this evening. But before we jump into that, I want to give a very quick introduction to UXDX and why we host these sessions. So at UXDX, our mission is to help companies shift from building software using waterfall projects to empowered autonomous product teams. And the reason why that's our mission is because we believe in a high change environment. It makes more sense instead of having people stand up, build a project, disband the team, move them somewhere else, have somebody or have a team there who really understand the customer and the needs for their kind of value stream that they're addressing. And that way they can iterate and learn and improve and build a better product that meets the customer needs in ways that work for the business. Now, that's really easy to say, but it's not so easy to put into practice. And that's why we have people come along and share how they're changing their ways of working and things that they're doing to try adopt more of that kind of product way of thinking. Now, hopefully, when you're watching the talk, some questions will come to mind. And that's what we're looking for. We're hoping that you will ask those questions of the speakers. So you can either write the question on the right-hand side on uxdx.com, or if you're watching on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, whichever platform you're watching it on, then please do write in those questions and we'll collate them and we'll put them to Dennis. Now, sometimes we can't get through all the questions in one go, just given the time constraints that we have. So that's why we have the UXDX Slack group. And in there, one of the channels is Ask the Speakers. So any questions we don't have time to get through in the workshop today or the event today, we'll post those in there and we'll invite Dennis to come and answer those questions. But that's enough about me. You're not here to listen to me talk. So I would like to introduce Dennis, who's the COO of Turum Burum, as well as being the head of the UX and UI department. And he will be talking about the most effective way to continuously increase a website's conversion rate. So this sounds very interesting to me. So I'd like to welcome Dennis.
Hi everyone. Thank you for the introduction. Yeah, and I'm gonna start. And as you know, my topic today is the most effective way to continuously increase an e-commerce website conversion rate. But first of all, I want to tell you something about our company. We're Turum Burum agency. We are based in Ukraine, and some interesting facts about us. First of all, we are the only company in Ukraine that has become a Google UX partners. We participate the some conference for their development 2 years ago, and we help our partners to deal with the interface. Also, we have the good rate on the clutch. We're on the market more than 30 years. We have a lot of experience in UX UI and primary focus on e-commerce, Web3, online booking, fintech, and other. In our portfolio, we have more than 300 projects designed for all globe, for Ukraine, USA, Canada, Germany, Australia, Norway, a lot more. And we really like numbers because our main idea is increase KPIs using the interface changes. And the first, that's we like numbers, and let's start from the numbers. According to the EU consultancy, only about 22% of companies satisfied with their conversion. It's a really low number because everybody wanna more to satisfaction. And let's take a look for the reasons why the companies have the bad interfaces and bad satisfaction. First of all, there are 3 points of changing your results. It's first of all, it's your product or service that you should make the triple A quality and to make the good service, good delivery, good answer rate, and something like that. And this is the main source of this. The next idea is traffic. You use the landing page for land traffic there, for search engine optimization, PPC, and something like that, a lot of marketing. And in the middle of the traffic and the product, it's your website. This is the reason why you should improve your website for convert your traffic better to touch with your product to of your customers. And the main focus will be the website today and the interface of the website and the key metrics of this. And some little tips? Yeah, what do you need to improve an interface? First of all, it's increase business revenue, better interface, improved interface, more money, more revenue. After that, get a user-friendly product that will make users stay, because not new users earn more money. Your users, the users who backed to your website, have better loyalty, and that's why spend more time to invest this time to your product or services. After that, improve understanding of the needs of the target audience. If you know your target audience, you can make your service, your product, everything about your website and the company better and more suitable to your target audience. Also, it's about UX. It's about the user experience and the interface. Moreover, if you improve your interface, you will get ahead of the competitors. If you have better site, you have better result in general. And stay on the way, everything change over time, both and your product and the users. You can be on the same page of the time, of the trends on your users, and the interface is one of this trend, because the main trend of the today is a convenient interface. What is your website potential? This is the formula for understand your potential of the website. For example, we have the change of your website conversion rate by 30%, and you can see the revenue increase. It's your CR multiply to the changing of the conversion rate plus conversion rate, multiply to traffic, and average order value. After that, it's the minus revenue, and this is the formula how to understand your potential. Let's check this information, on our typical online store. It's our typical client in Ukraine, I don't know, maybe from the UK. The user, the business has traffic for 100,000 users per month. The current conversion rate it's 3.75%. Number of conversion we can calculate it, and it's 15,000. And average order value it's $50, and monthly revenue it's 7,500. And after that, for example, we change interface, and conversion increased by 13%. Traffic stays the same. Conversion rate now it's 4.24%. Number of conversion grow up to the 16, almost 70,000. Average order value stay, and monthly revenue was changed to 8,500. Let's around it. And as a result, you have plus 97,500 bucks sent to the website redesign. Is the potential of the changing in your conversion. But site is not a static product, and this is a live organism that needs constant development of movement. And that's why you should analyze, understand, and change your website for be on the top of the market and have the convenient and user-friendly interface. For this, you need to make this limitless process. You should regularly analyze, correct, improve. Analyze, correct, improve. It's like your quote for the every month. It's like this dog try to catch his tail. And this is the formula for every day and for every month change. But how to launch this process? Where should we begin? And this is one of the some tips that I'm gonna share you today. It's about audit and analytics. The most important idea and the first step is to make UX audit. It helps you to analyze of quantity data. You can analyze the quantity data to see the numbers, to emphasize and highlight the figures. Analysis of behavior factor, it's quality data. After that, to add heuristic interface analysis. After that, the next step is formation of hypothesis and formation a report with recommendation. This is like a first step. What should you start for understand the potential and the plan of your improving. Let's take a look more in detail. What is hypothesis? Because the main idea is every changing start with hypothesis. What is hypothesis? This is an assumption on how to influence specific project metrics. For better make hypothesis, you should use formula to influence on something metric. You need a something and pinch of context. For example of good hypothesis, to increase average order value, it's like metric, you need to add a block of similar products to the product page. It's a basic idea how to make hypothesis, to target hypothesis to your website. Or, for example, another example is to increase the conversion rate, you need to reduce the number of fields in the checkout page. Also, it's a good hypothesis. You have the metrics, its conversion rate, and you have the action and hypothesis to reduce the number of fields in the checkout page. But if you have the list of hypotheses, how to make potential, how to make right priority of this hypothesis, you should use PI. It's hypothesis evaluation. And what is PIE? It's first of all, it's potential. The most problematic page with a great growth potential based on analytics data, audit, and customer feedback. And one first point go to this hypothesis with the potential. It's 1 point to the potential. Second point going to the importance, priority of the page, which a lot of traffic, which have the greatest impact to conversion. You should understand what's the real important page. For example, if this e-commerce, and you can compare article page and product page, it's obvious the product page has more importance, and that's why it's second point to the importance. And the third point go to the easy. How many resources will be need to test the hypothesis? For example, you can spend 20 hours to test this hypothesis or to implement it, but it get you maybe $5. It's 0 point to the easy. And if you spend 5 hours to the hypothesis and earn 1,000 or $100, and it's cheaper than make this hypothesis, this is the good idea to make the third point to this easy. And depends on this points, you can see 3 points. It's high importance, high importance and potential to the hypothesis list. Second to the middle, and the low, it's 1 point, and that's why it's PI principle. Also, for emphasize, highlight, and deal with the data, you should make some dashboard. For example, for this case, we in our company, for our clients, we use Google Data Studio. Now it's called Data Looker, I think, for see the big dashboard with all numbers to keep in touch with this information and see difference between last months, current months, and that's all. Not the future months, of course. And this is best idea to check your data in one place. Let's take a look. What does it work with on the case study? That's why I want to share you some case study about Intertop. Intertop, it's like, it's like Ukrainian Zalando. They are on the market more than 25 years. they like a shoe retailer, and they has more than 100 stores in 25 cities and run an online operation through the brands, which gets 3 and 5 millions monthly visits. It's a huge traffic and a huge evolution. And you can also see the case in detail at hotjar.com, because Hotjar is our partner. Yeah, but I try to highlight some basic and maybe important point. When we started to work with them, we had these goals: simplify the customer journey on the website, of course, increase conversion rate and incomes, speed up the implementation of user experience change, fast return on investment, of course, mitigate risk of conversion drop connection with a dramatic design change, to try to make step by step without this dramatic change, and continuous optimization of online store effectiveness. We made a usability audit, and as a result, we make some hypotheses for elimination, some dashboard. We study heat map, we analyze Google Analytics, Tag Manager, collect customer feedback, and make the usability audit like based on our experience. And as a result, we have the huge list of the hypotheses. And as a result, we had a 91 page of report. It's a huge document. We 54 mistakes were found and offered recommendation, and we spent 120 hours of UX expert work. And as a result, as I said before, they have a huge document. What we start with, we understand that we see the search and eliminate that's the search growing point. Why? Because the visit with the search, it's only 3%, almost 3% of website users. But with this traffic, it's 60,000 visitors per month. It's enough. And when user use the search, the conversion is 6 times higher than traditional users or user without search. We said, oh, it's a good growing point. And we're analyzing the search, and we understand, oh, it's a crap, I'm sorry. We tried to Nike, we didn't see the result. We see result with another brands. It's worked so bad. And after that, we studied top search on the website users, and we emphasize that it's like, it's like type, brand, type and brand, something like that. And after that, we make some operation algorithm based on the user search queries. It's like a sample, of this result. We make the search by category, and they show gender after that popular brand, not more than 5. After the popular brand with the gender, as all result in the category, and the same for the another income and another types, sorry, not incomes, types and queries. And after change, it looks so similar, but it works. And as a result, transaction rate from the search increased by almost 75%, and bounce rate decreased by 3 times. I think for the search, it's an amazing result. And if we multiply this to the average price of the goods, it's a lot incomes. The next step, it's a product card. I gonna show you evaluation of the product card. What we got in the start, I can explain you. Yeah, it's not a big picture on the screen. We emphasize that the users click on the brand picture, but it wasn't clickable. That price and buy button wasn't on the first screen. The information detail was on the second screen. It was nice, but not the perfect. And we looked through the heat maps and analytics and make some hypotheses. After the change of this, we make the picture bigger because we saw it on the recordings on the Hotjar. We put information with the price and buy button on the first screen. The brand was the clickable and the detailed information and delivery information, review, something like that, was visible on the first screen, and help this conversion from the product card to the cart change, adding from the product card to the cart change plus 31%. It was the first optimization phase. But of course, the time changed, and we got new optimization task. First of all, they wanted to minimize the green color because it was a lot of in logo, in links, in button, in banners, everywhere. And they say we want more conservative thing, we more classic, decrease the green. Also, target audience has become younger, and also they had bigger phone. They change, it's connected. That's the Intertop made the focus on another brands, more younger brands like Vans or something like that. Yeah, and that's why target audience has become younger. Mobile patterns prevail, bridge the gap between the web and app. They wanted it because a lot of users, it's around 90% of users was from the mobile, and that's why we want to decrease this line, this border. Of course, they add new beauty section. It's like a scaling process of the scaling. They updated his content policy, and you can see the idea that's this labels on the picture. Let's imagine that's on this picture you can see the person with a head and this label under on his face. It doesn't look good. And of course, they reduce the number of product returns because of the wrong size. It's a really common problem for the shoes retailer. That's the wrong size. It's a big returns problem. And what we did, of course, we changed the desktop. You can see the result. We mix the breadcrumbs with a photo. We make more space for the photo, change some information on the right side, and to make the left side we made more clear, and the right side more productive. Yeah, with the colors, with the price, with size, something like that, and helps this change it. The second phase of optimization on desktop, conversion rate from the product card to the card changed plus 20%, 12%. And of course, mobile. We made it with a bottom sheet, like on a mobile application, and which we make this thing. When you scroll down and tap on the add to cart button, we re-ask question about the size, try to confirm the size, and using this we decrease the returns, and 82% of users use this bottom button, and help this CR from the product card to the cart change plus 38%. It's amazing. And of course, to make web mobile version nearer to the application, we added the bottom navigation, and help this bottom navigation. You can compare, yeah, this header traditional, and this is the bottom navigation without the header. We have the new numbers. Its conversion rate increased plus 30% almost. Average revenue per user plus 50 1 and 7%, average order value plus 88%, bounce rate decrease and 4%, exit rate decrease and 7 and 9%, and session duration plus increase plus 11.5%. It's amazing, I think. And if we also multiply to the effectiveness, to the money, it's amazing and huge change. If you talk about the returns, that's I said before, 82% of users have app, product, car, mobile using the fixed button, and you can see this these details. That the users can use this bottom and this bottom button and this. It's like use case, and this decrease their returns. The next step is evaluation of pop-up basket. At the start it was like this. It looks ugly. First of all, the card was in the necessary stage of the checkout page, and you have card information about users, pricing, and the rate. It was the four steps for checkout. Also, they have not relevant recommendation. It's like a size with the cream. It was so bad, so crazy, but it worked. And we analyze also quantity and quality data to overview the user's behavior sync on the recording and make some decision, make some list of hypotheses about the card pop-up and change it. We launch the new card and the old card on the A/B testing, 50-50 separately traffic. And after that, we had result that the conversion rate increased by 55% only on A/B testing. And of course, they were so satisfied. And it was looked like this. But after this results, we have new task for optimization. We help them, and of course, the average check was increased. And if you add more than one or two items, it was terrible. They changed the policy about bonus program, and it was the problem with choosing the size and quantity of goods. Okay, deal with it, and we were gonna to the next step. And this is how does it look now. It's about after the result of the second stage optimization. You can see that we make more items on the one screen. We add some extra cross-sell blocks on this with made the sticky button on the bottom of the button. Yeah, and we have this result. Conversion rate increase on mobile on 27% on the step, plus 14% persist to the checkout. It's like micro conversion increased to 22 and 8 mobile on desktop. It's a really important stage on the funnel. On the funnel, it's a card. And there are the result of the joint work of Turumburum and Intertom for the first year. You can see the amazing numbers. Of course, we made more than I thought before, but it's a result. The conversion rate, checkout, increased to the plus 128%. ARPU, average revenue per user, plus 71.5%, and CR, general CR, plus 55%. But it's not the over, and of course, we still working, and every year we make better. 19 year we increase CR 55%. 2020 COVID year it was CR 10.5%. 2021 it's CR plus 8 and 7, and last year 2022 increased by 12% also. Yeah, and why we did it and still doing it for make a user experience and business goals better. And all this action are necessary for elimination of interface mistake. When you made the audit and understand the plan, or use for this like agency, like this host of this conference, you should make drawing up a plan of improvements. After that, creation UX solution per the stage of the plan in Figma, Real Design. Optionally, you can A/B testing this thing if you have enough traffic for this, or you know how to make this A/B testing. After that, implement UX/UI solution after or instead of A/B testing, and after that, it's the main idea of the process, measuring the results. You should understand you change this and it influences to this metric or this user experience. That's why it's really necessary to measure the result. And how to find conversion loss point and turn it into growing points. Of course, to order the services on the agencies like me. But of course, I'm joking. It's not the only one way. And you can make in your team by yourself. And for this, I'm gonna tell you some 7 simple steps. First of all, follow the user footsteps. Make a purchase as if you are the customer. Open your website to order the service, good, everything. What do you want? And try to go in a mile in their shoes, because it's really necessary to understand, to put you on the user's role, to understand what's the problem, what the aims on the users, and it can be not match with your business goals, but the user and your users is your god, as your king. After that, analyze micro and macro conversion. Use for this GTM and Google Analytics to see the result, to see the numbers. If you don't use the Google Analytics, you're out of business. After that, they conduct an audience research. You should understand what is your target audience supported, who these people who want to buy something on your shop, who order the service, to make some call to action on your website. After that, moreover, conduct the technical audits. Are you sure that everything working good on your website? Because the speed really match with the user experience. On the perfect UX and UI website, you can lose your money and your users with a slow down website. That's why please check the technical audit. Check the heat maps and scroll maps. Connect Hotjar or something similar like this to understand what's behavior of your users. Moreover, watch session recordings. You can see the anonymical, of course, with the anonymical information with your user habits, behavior, and goal. And please understand what's the user flow of your website, what kind of problem they have, and of course analyze the feedback. For this, you can use also Hotjar or like Surveo, it's another services for understand the feedback. And based on this information, you can understand what's your growing points and what should you do further. And after these steps are taken, what's next? Make some hypotheses on how to improve your site, then prioritize them according to their conversion impact that I said about the pipe principle, analytics, some simple step. After that, start checking these hypotheses. Try to check 5 hypotheses with the most important thing. Take a look for this. Try to emphasize what's going wrong with your website. Also, always measure the results after each change in the site design and do not influence by other people's opinion. Effectiveness is the main criteria because we had a lot of cases when the founder of the site said, "Oh, I really like red color, and my wife really liked red color. Let paint it red, paint it black on the website because I really like it." No, 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 no. Effectiveness is main criteria. You should change this for this. I want to decrease green color because it's overused. We want to focus your users on the something else. It's a good idea of the hypothesis, not the best, but it's a good idea. Believe only in the numbers because without numbers, you just do it with opinions. It's a good quote. We really like it. And I think that's all for today. And I still Dennis. I'm CEO at Room Broom. Please visit our website, add me on the Facebook, and of course keep up with the e-commerce trends. Open our Facebook, Instagram, Behance. Try to understand everything about e-commerce trends, and of course, Slava Ukraini. I think that's all for today. Maybe somebody have questions.
Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing that. Some of those stats were unbelievable, like the conversion improvements. So if they are that kind of size of a company, that level of improvement, if you're a small startup, it's fine when you get those kind of number improvements because it's not a huge amount. But when you're talking about a large company, that really adds up.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. But we deal with all companies from the enterprise. It doesn't matter. In every company, every site, we can find some growing point or something like that.
Excellent. We have gone a bit over time for your original session, but if anybody does have any questions, if you want to send them in quickly, because I had put down one about your pie in your potential, because you introduced that at the start, and I was kind of saying, well, how do you validate the potential? But then you got to that just at the end when you were talking through your kind of heat maps and all those kind of
Yeah, but of course, it's really necessary to have some experience for this.
Yeah, and then I guess just in terms of the like the changes that you made, so they were a lot of kind of just, I guess it's some people might say just kind of standard UI things like, okay, let's have a sticky button, let's kind of make it just user friendly. So why do you think the teams are making the mistakes of building it wrong in the first place?
Because it's a really common problem when the developers make decision about the interface. I think you know that, and they make the really fast e-commerce project, really fast online store with the basic things like a template of the user experience, and it worked good, but they didn't have some analytics design or something like that. That's why they hired us to emphasize. And now we're big partners. You see about these numbers. We change interface every 3 months. Some small changes. And if you talk about year by year changes, we also help them with this. But they didn't think about interface before our collaboration. That it's typical problem for the developers first approach, I think. But now they have own in-house analytics, and they make some basic think about this. And when they need some extra heavy power, they add us to the project.
Excellent. Well, I think that's all we have time for today. If anybody does have any questions, please do keep sending them in. And what we'll do is we'll pass those through to Dennis through the UXDX Slack group. But I'd just like to finish off saying thank you very much for sharing that and some of those phenomenal conversion increases. So thank you.
Thank you for involving and adding me there. Okay, thank you.
So that brings us to the end for today. But if you did like that session and you like these kind of talks, we're looking at ways that people can get together more product UX design and dev and work closer together. As like Dennis just said, kind of oftentimes you might be just building your site focusing on the dev, but bringing in the UX and working collaboratively can really improve your conversion rates. So that's what we do at UXDX. We get everybody together into the room because if you're expected to work together, you really should be learning together and understanding and empathizing about what each person is doing on the team. So at UXDX, we'll have 25 speakers, 8 workshops, 500 attendees in person in New York from May 16th to 18th. So please do come along and join us there if you're interested. And if not, I look forward to seeing you at the next UXDX online event. Thank you very much.